Hey. Hey. Hey, D-Sauce. Mikey here. Terraphobia. The feeling that someone is hiding in your closet or under your bed. This feeling is most commonly shared by people ages 3 to 10. As the brain begins to develop, they manifest the unknown as a monster, something we can't control. But the only monster you have to fear is me. Known as the me monster by Urban Dictionary, this is a person who puts their own self-interest and self-worth and safety in front of everybody else's. This person is also quoted by Urban Dictionary as being the nightmare friend, the person who gaslights everybody else and leads you on. But for your own safety, and the true nightmare is don't fall asleep. Which is what Nancy said to Lance in the horror classic A Nightmare on Elm Street, a film which reinvigorated the slasher genre and the horror genre as a whole by adding fear into dreams, creating nightmares. A series which has scared millions of kids since its release in 1984, Terraphobia all over again. By creating Freddy Krueger as this monster under your bed or the creature in your closet. As this series went on, Freddy Krueger turned into a sort of comedy figure, battling off against the Titan of Jason in Freddy vs. Jason. Nightmares as a whole is something we could go on about, as it's something we cannot control. We cannot control what we dream about. It is only our desires. Something has a meaning, but with a nightmare and something which we don't know about, it has no meaning. The unknown is our greatest fear and our greatest weakness. A nightmare in of itself. But the true nightmare is that I'm stalking you, Alec. By A Boogie with That Hoodie, a song that only has 72 million hits, something which undermines the true capabilities of this song and many others. When the Ghostbusters theme song by Ray Parker Jr. came out in 1984 to correspond with its film release, it only gained 100 views. Imagine 100 views, bro. Get off that weak stuff. You need to know, you need to do, you need to try, you need to be. But fear as a whole is something that is key to our existence. Fear is an instinctual feeling, a nerve, something that we cannot control, but something that we need. Instinctually, if I showed you a picture of something that looks human but isn't, it falls into something like the uncanny valley. But if I showed you something that is so fake but real, you'd think it falls into that too, because it does. So imagine a human with realistic features, but it's by an AI. Or imagine a bear with realistic human teeth. Well, sleep with that. See you later. As said before, humans' greatest weakness is that of the unknown. Something that we cannot tangibly touch, something we cannot naturally see, and something that we cannot tangibly smell. Something that comes in from behind is such a scary thought as we do not tend to think about it. Space as a whole is the greatest frontier, but it is also the greatest battle. What is beyond the stars? What is beyond space? What is beyond time? What will happen in 7 billion years when Earth may have its final sunset? When will it happen? When the stars burn out for the final time? What will happen when our own galaxies combine with each other to form a new one? Our greatest fear is something that we cannot see, something that is not there. You might say that the fear of ghosts shouldn't be a fear at all, since if you can see a ghost like Casper or a sheet, it's not scary. But an apparition that we cannot see for real, that's a scary thought. Something we cannot touch is something scary as well. As what would happen if you're in a dark house and you cannot see where the door is? Truly a scary thought to behold. Or what if something we cannot smell? What if there's something bad in our own home? Maybe we could smell it, but we cannot see it. We cannot feel it. There's something in this home that isn't right. And to end this off, ask yourself, is there something wrong with what is in me? Is there something wrong with something? Good night.